Hello everyone, welcome to Easy Ganit. My name is Samir Sardana and this is episode number 2 of 10 minutes daily quant with Samir. The idea of this whole series is to discuss one particular concept of quantitative aptitude which will help you in targeting all competitive exams like CAT, IPMAT and other MBA exams including all government exams. This series will help you in covering very important concepts on daily basis. So I'll be uploading one video on daily basis under the series of 10 minutes daily quant. One has already been uploaded. This is the episode number 2 of 10 minutes daily quant with Samir. And the question, right, the question for the day is this one. Question number 2, it says the sum of all real values of x satisfying the equation x square minus 7x plus 11 raised to power x square plus 2x minus 80 equal to 1. I would say that this type of question is likely to appear in the exams like CAT and IPMAT and other MBA exams. Students preparing for government exams can leave the question like this. So guys, what should be the way of solving this question? You see that here, this question is actually a combination of algebra concept and indices concept. You have an index, right? This whole algebraic expression, that is a quadratic equation, is given in the index part. And you have this base, again a quadratic equation, and this right hand side value is equal to 1. The moment you look at this expression, the first thing that should come to your mind is an expression with an index will be equal to 1, and any algebraic expression or number raised to power something will be equal to 1 only if you have the power as equal to 0, right? If you have the power equal to 0, right? So there are three ways to represent a number raised to power something is equal to 1. The one possible case would be that you have any expression in the base, right? But then if the power is 0, it will be equal to 1. Second, you have whatever power, right? Whatever is a power, but if you have 1 at the base, 1 raised to power anything will be equal to 1. And the third would be the case if you have minus 1 raised to power even. Minus 1 raised to even power will also be equal to plus 1. So these are the three cases where this whole expression can be equal to 1. Now that requires the basic knowledge of surds and indices. If you don't know that, I have given you this explanation that a raised to power 0 is always equal to 1. 1 raised to power anything is always equal to 1. And the third case is minus 1 raised to power even will also be equal to plus 1. Now, if I look at the case 1 here, that anything raised to power 0, that means if I can find out the values of x for which this expression will be equal to 0, whatever I have in the numerator, that value will definitely be equal to 1. So the first is a case where this power should be equal to 0, right? Let's see what are the roots I will be finding if I put this power equal to 0. That means x square plus 2x minus 80 is equal to 0. For this, the factorization form of this quadratic equation would be x square plus 10x minus 8x minus 80 equal to 0. Keep this in mind that when you are factorizing any quadratic equation, right, you have to look at the coefficient of x. And the coefficient of x is 2 here. So break 2x in such a way so that the additional value, right, when I add these two values, it should be equal to 2x. That means the whole quadratic equation should not get disturbed. But then the multiplication of these two values should be equal to the coefficient of constant term and the coefficient of x square. Now the coefficient of constant term is minus 80 and the coefficient of x square is 1. So the multiplication of this will be minus 80. I need to break 2x in such a way that the coefficient of both of these two values when get multiplied should be equal to minus 80. Why we are doing this whole process? So that we can take something common from this expression and something common from this expression also, and then you will be able to find out the roots of the quadratic equation. That's a basic part. I hope everybody knows this, right? Now taking x as common, right? Otherwise the basics of factorizing the quadratic equation And these small basics will be discussed in some other videos. Let's concentrate on the main concept here. Taking x as common here, you will be left with x plus 10 here. Taking minus 8 common from here, you will be left with x plus 10 here. And you see that here x will be equal to 8 and minus 10. That means if I put x as 8, this whole expression will be 0. So anything raised to power 0 is 1. If I put x as minus 10 over here, whatever value is this at x equal to minus 10, obviously it will not be 0, right? Because these are not the root of this equation. So anything raised to power 0 again will be equal to 1. So two values of x that will satisfy this equation is 8 and minus 10. But then I need to find out sum of all possible real values of x. Now I'll go to the second case. Whatever is this power, but if this is equal to 1, right? Again, the right hand side will always be equal to 1 for any power of this expression, right? Whatever is the value of this expression, if I can make this equal to 1, x square minus 7x plus 11 is equal to 1. Now this is x square minus 7x plus 10 is equal to 0. Again factorizing it, x square minus 5x minus 2x plus 10 is equal to 0. You'll get the value of x as 5 and 2. You see that at x equal to 5 and 2, this would be some number, but whatever that number is, by putting the value of x as 5 here, this will become 1. Putting this as 2 here, this become 1. 1 raised to power anything will be equal to 1. See, so these are the two more values of x which will satisfy this equation. The third case is minus 1 raised to power even. That means if I make this number at the base is equal to minus 1, that is x square minus 7x plus 11 is equal to minus 1. And then I have x square minus 7x plus 12 is equal to 0. I'm trying to make the value in the bracket equal to minus 1, right? And then I have to make sure that the values of x at which this is equal to minus 1, at those values of x, this value in the power should be even, right? So let's find out what are the values of x for which this will be equal to minus 1. Now this is x square minus 4x minus 3x plus 12 is equal to 0. So I have x as 4 and 3, right? X into x minus 4 minus 3. Yeah, so I'll have two values of x, 4 and 3. I hope you will be able to factorize this part easily. Now at x equal to 4 and 3, this is equal to minus 1. Now I need to see at what value of x at 4 and 3, this becomes equal to even value. If I put x as 4 here, right? Now if I say this fx is x square plus 2x minus 80. Now if I find out the value of f of 4, this is 4 power to 16 plus 8 minus 80, which would be an even number, right? This would be an even number for sure. Even plus even minus even would be an even number. And if I put f as 3 here, this is 3 power to 9 plus 3 into 2, 6 minus 80. You see that this would be an odd value. I'm looking those values of x for which this power will be equal to even number. At x equal to 4, it is an even. So I will take only x equal to 4 as a possible value which will satisfy this equation, but x equal to 3 will not satisfy the equation. So the end result is that there are 5 values of x, 8, minus 10, 5, 2 and 4, which will satisfy this equation, and at all these values of x, this whole expression will be equal to 1. In the question, we are supposed to find out the sum. So let's find out the sum now. So the values are 8, minus 10, plus 5, plus 2, right? And then plus 4. So the total will be 8 plus 5, 13, 13 plus 2, 15 plus 4, 19, 19 minus 10 is 9, right? So the answer to the question is 9. The sum of all real values of x that satisfy this equation is 9, right? So that was the question of the day today, right? I will be uploading the questions that I will be discussing in the series of 10 minutes daily quant in my Telegram group, TargetCat 2021 with Samir. You can subscribe to this. The link of the Telegram group is given in the description part of this video. And there are another YouTube channel that I'm running, which is LRDI Prep, where I'm discussing only logical reasoning and data interpretation for competitive exams like CAT and other MBA entrance exams. So complete LRDI will be discussed on the channel of LRDI Prep. And on Easy Ganit, we will be discussing the concepts of Ganit only. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next part. Thank you.